Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Mwah. We wanted to talk today about, it's an interesting topic. We had a kind of an in-depth conversation about this morning. Do you believe that the things that you want out there in life, the things you believe you can go get, are they already in existence? Or do you have to manifest them or build them somehow or create them somehow? That's a question.
So some examples would be your perfect partner, right? Or that perfect job, the house on the beach.
Yeah, whatever it is, whatever scenario you can come up with.
That special car.
Yeah.
A special trip, whatever the scenario is, right? Seeing whales out on the beach.
Right.
It could be anything.
Anything. And all of that, I guess I'm putting forth, everything is already in existence. You just have to basically allow it into your life. And there's a little bit that goes around that. We've talked a lot about manifesting, law of attraction, all that kind of stuff. But I do believe that everything already exists. And actually, I like that belief because it gives people hope. I mean, if there's something that you want that already exists and it's on the shelf, that's a hell of a lot easier to get than something that you have to construct and build from scratch and put all the atoms together and make it happen and have everything aligned correctly. So I do believe it already exists out there. Right?
Well, everyone knows I love love, and it's my favorite subject, and I want everybody to have what we have, which is one of the reasons that we're writing our book and doing these videos, is we want to share that it's possible for everyone. So I'm recalling we were in Costa Rica at a dinner with a friend, and he brought his sister who we hadn't met. And we started in conversation and talking about the things that we're into and, and all the book writing. And she said, when am I going to meet my man? And I said, as soon as you believe, right? So this was a big part of our discussion. She, at this point, doesn't believe that her partner, her perfect partner, the one she's seeking, is out there. So you can't meet somebody who you don't believe exists. And Jeffrey and I talked about everything exists, but it can only exist if you believe in it.
Well, it's
right?
the way our mind works. If you don't believe it's there, you're going to ignore it. You're not going to see it. You're going to walk right by it. So that's when I say about letting things into your life, I like to think of all opportunities flowing to us like a river. Karen and I were standing on this bridge, beautiful river here in Colorado, and the water's just coming around the rocks, and it's like rapids pouring to us. And I said, this reminds me of life. All the opportunities flowing to us like this river. And it's all coming. You just have to decide on what you want to take advantage of. All this opportunity is coming. You got to get a bucket, go down and scoop up what you want. Everything is there. Everything's already in existence. It's all flowing to you. Now, if you put blinders on, you don't see the river, or you're not looking at the opportunities coming, you don't believe they're even there, you're not going to see it. You're not going to be aware that it's there. Right. So you can't pick it up. You can't scoop it up. You can't take advantage of the opportunity. That's my whole point. Right. So everything is already in existence. That perfect job, that perfect someone, that life, the beach house, whatever it is, it's the healthy lifestyle, whatever it is, all that stuff is already in existence. You need to just basically allow it into your life. Right.
And to clarify, because this is a big part of our morning conversation, I believe it's already in existence for you because you believe that everything is possible. Now, if you are watching this video and you don't believe everything is possible, maybe you don't believe that you can, have that dream house or whatever it is that you're desiring, right? Whatever it is that you're desiring, if you don't believe that it's possible, then it's not. Then it's not there. It doesn't exist in your mind, in your world, right?
In your reality, that's right.
In your reality. So it's so mission critical to understand that in order to assess the things that you desire, you must believe in them and know that they're in your reality. and think about them and create them in your mind and see them of exactly how you want them to be. I talk about this a lot. Again, I love love. When I was much, much younger, I wrote a paper on my perfect partner. And it is Jeffrey to a T, which is just, somewhat insane, but not. Because I knew that the kind of person, and I'm not talking about physicality, although there were details in there that really could have, painted a...
Sure, yeah. You showed me the papers.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's weird, really.
It's weird, but it's not. Because in my mind, this person with these particular values that I was going to have a relationship with that was going to be so extraordinary and so incredible and so outrageous that I knew that you existed. And so therefore, when we met, I knew that you were the one. Now, that doesn't mean that once you paint this picture and believe that the next person you meet is going to be the one, right?
Oh, yeah, it might not be the next person. It could be the person after that, or
Exactly.
it could be 2 weeks away or 2 years away, right?
Exactly. And there are other factors that we've talked about that, fall into that. Number one, you have to have your own internal self-love. Number two, you just have to believe that they're there. We always talk about this in our videos, and this is a really small point, but when we were visiting our daughter on the beach, we saw the whales, and we told them that we saw whales. They weren't with us that afternoon, and our daughter's fiance has grown up there, and his family's lived there for many, many years, and they said, we've never seen whales on that beach. Well, now they believe that there are whales on that beach because we told them we saw them. They never looked for them before, so they didn't believe they were there. Guess what? They all saw the whales out there because they changed their belief system, right? This is super important. If you're not assessing the things you desire, if you think you're manifesting, but your manifestations are not coming to fruition, you need to look at your beliefs and really look at your beliefs and believe them. Not just say you believe them,
Right.
but believe them so deeply that you visualize them. Right?
Well, you can say you believe something, but if you were to be hypnotized and someone to really dig in, you might say, "Well, that's not me. I'm not going to see that, or I'm not able to get that job." That's what you have to be very careful of. I mean, the examples Karen are bringing up the description of her perfect match. Seeing the whales. Or I could give you example after example. I've kept goal books my whole life where I said, I was going to be a sales manager on this date, a vice president on this date. Different financial goals. And it's eerie when you look at it. It's like almost down to the month that things like that happen. And I'm talking about sometimes I'm projecting a year out or 2 years out or even further. And it works. And by the way, we're not the only ones. Study this stuff. Like we study a lot around law of attraction and things like that. I was just doing some digging today. And this goes back to the ancients. I mean, this knowledge has been out there. Again, going back to what I'm saying, everything already exists. I'm reading about information that's hundreds of years old. And it's the same information we're talking about here. It's always been this way. And it's funny to me that I guess as we evolve and people become more awakened, more people understand this, but it's actually funny to me how many people do not understand it and they don't get it. If you have this discussion with them, and we do a lot, we do a lot of counseling and helping people, and they'll say, yep, they'll be nodding, Jeffrey, that's absolutely right. But they turn around and I go look and check back with them a month later, and they aren't really believing in themselves. They don't believe they can really get it. They aren't setting the intention. And when we set the intention,
that's so important.
Setting the intention for you, your outward intention to move in that direction and do the right thing, but also set the intention for the universe to deliver it, allow it to come in.
Right.
Like that's key.
Right.
And these are very simple concepts, but if you really do believe, everything out there is already in existence. Anything you ever wanted in life, or anything you want in life that you believe you can get, if you believe it's already out there, it's pretty easy to connect the dots and say, I'm just going to allow this into my life.
Right. And it's with anything, you know, you and I, when we owned our house, you know, we had always envisioned paying off our mortgage one day. And it's not just believing that you can pay off the mortgage. And I'm using this as one of many examples. But we had actually decided when we would do it by. And again, if it doesn't happen by that date, we didn't throw that belief away. We understood that there were reasons from the universe why it didn't happen on maybe that day, but that it was still happening because we believe very strongly. But we had such a strong belief that we had gone as far as discussing exactly what we were going to do. We were going to take the paper and we were going to burn it, and then we were going to put it into a vial, and then we were going to put that into the
Post.
the post
Stair post.
in our staircase with a button. It's something that we had read and thought, what a really cool idea. So the point of this story is that, you know, when you believe in something, it's not a matter of saying, oh yes, I believe I'll pay off my mortgage one day. It's then taking that belief, seeing it play out in your future, and knowing that there's a path between today and the day you're going to, in this case, pay off that mortgage and burn the, burn the paper. Or, you know, if it's a person that you want to meet, it's looking at today and seeing that path to being with that person. And maybe you're having a walk with them on the beach, or maybe you're sitting in front of a fire with them doing a YouTube video, or maybe you're having a picnic with them. Whatever it is, you need to visualize it so clearly that there is zero question that you believe in it, right?
Yeah, I mean, at certain steps, we've done quite a few videos on this. You can go back and look at them on how to manifest, you know, law of attraction. You know, all of this is if there are simple, easy steps to follow that, again, this isn't just coming from us. This was already in existence before we came into this life. Before any of us came into this life. You can go and look this stuff up, and it's time and time again, it's been written through the years. But it is a process that you first have to believe that it's in existence, that that's out there, and it's obtainable. And I would challenge you that anything that is in existence and is obtainable, you can have it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you have to believe you can get to it. And you know, this is kind of the motivational piece of this. I mean, anyone can have anything they want. They just need to go take the steps to get to it. You have to truly want it. You know, growing up in business, I had a lot of people that I worked with that said they want to make X amount of money. And we'd sit down, we'd do all the goals. What do you have to do to get to this money? We have to do this. We have a whole list. And I'd sign it, they'd sign it, and then we'd check back again another month or 2 months down. We'd sit down and go through it, and either they made the goal or they didn't. If they didn't make the goal, it's like, well, did you do this? No, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do this. Well, we agreed you do this. Well, why didn't you do it? And so at the end of the day, this isn't, you know, an argument. It's just we agreed that if you did these things, you'd hit this goal. If you don't do those things, you really don't care about the goal. And by the way, that's okay.
Bingo.
Right?
That's exactly what it is. You don't care enough. It's not that important to you. So your internal belief is that, you know, that's not really what I'm focused on. I don't really believe I need to hit that goal. I'd rather go out and do this, or I'd rather, you know, stay in and do that. Whatever it is, you don't fully believe it. But yes, bingo, Joe.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I can also tell you,
Yeah.
in my career, some people had to work on their marriage, or they had to work on spending more time with their kids, and they didn't have time to go make this extra money that we were talking about. Because, you know, in business, you know, it's all about productivity and money. That's the thing we're working on there. I did a lot of work growing up and just helping people with the relationships and advice, whether it be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a husband or wife. You know, so when I say that goal didn't happen, it's not like we're all angry about it. It's like, maybe it really wasn't important to that person.
Right.
Maybe it was more important for that person to spend time with, you know, a dying parent, or, you know, spending time working on a charity, or spending time, you know, teaching their kid some kind of sport, or quality time with a child. I mean, there are so many things that you can focus on in this life and set as a goal. It's going to happen if you truly want it and you truly set the intentions and allow it into your life. But you have
and
to
you
take
put
those steps.
the energy
Right.
towards
Right.
that.
Right.
And I think too, you know, a lot of people will tell other people that's my goal, but it's not really. I mean, we all tend to be people pleasers, you know, in a sense.
Sure.
So maybe you're sitting down with your boss going through your goals, and you think your boss wants you to say, well, you know, in 5 years I want to be running this department. So these are the things that you say. 5 years comes down and you're not running that department.
Right.
You didn't really believe it. So the importance in this discussion is that this has nothing to do with what you tell anybody else. It has 100% of what you believe within is available and possible for you, right?
Right. Exactly.
And that you visualize it and that you can see it play out. And if that's the case, it will happen.
Right.
I guarantee it will happen. And you need to stay focused on that and let the universe unfold as it's supposed to.
Right. So in summary, everything that you want is already in existence.
If you
And
believe it.
and it's basically unlimited. It's out there. It's not like someone's going to get it before you because there's plenty of it.
Right.
That's the way you have to think about it. But that's the bottom line.
Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the nest at Copper Mountain.
Thanks for listening.